Alright, so welcome back to another tutorial. So as you can see, I have my XAMPP Apache server on right here, and I have the Notepad++ package.php file. I have removed all the previous code which we made. I hope you guys were able to try out if else properly. If you guys have any doubts at any point of time, you can always ping me up in the discussion section below. Right, so as I said, in this video we'll be discussing about the switch case. Now switch case is not necessarily an alternative to if else, because if else is better if there are 2, 3 or maximum 4 conditions, right? But when we come to a part where the number of conditions are more than 4, right? Suppose we have 40 conditions. Suppose you are making a menu program for a restaurant or something where we have say 40 items on the menu. So you have to give a choice for all those 40 items, and your program should be efficient to handle the 40 inputs accordingly, right? If you use if else for those 40 operations, it will take a hell lot of time more than what the switch case will take, right? So here's the basic syntax of switch case. We use the word switch, we have the condition here in the brackets, and then we have the entire switch case code in these curly braces, right? Anything between these braces is called a block, right? So we have the switch block in the brace. So the condition should be any value, right? The beauty of PHP again is that it can be anything. It can be a character, it can be a string, it can be a floating point or a decimal point number or an integer or anything, right? In case of C, C++ and other languages, it is only the numbers and characters are allowed, right? But here you can have strings or any other data type you want. So let's make a simple choice variable, say my choice, and I'll give it a value of 2, right? So let's make cases now. What switch contains are cases. Case 1, now this indicates that if the value of whatever is here, right? So we are discussing about choice, so my choice will come in the condition thing. So what this means is case 1 means that when the value of my choice is 1, do this, right? So we'll have some code here. Again we have case 2, and we'll do something. Similarly we have case 3, which will do something, and it will go on. Right, so we have all these cases which will indicate what we will do when the value is equal to the value of my choice. So in this case, the value of my choice is 2, right? So case 2 will get executed. So let's write some simple things which we can understand and which will not take up more time. Choice 2, we'll write choice 3, and this list can go on and on. So you can yourself imagine how easy it is considered to if else. You can just copy it 100 times and just change the numbers and do whatever you want to, right? And in the end we have something called as a default case, which means that if the value of my choice is neither of that we mentioned, we can have something as the default. So here we can probably display that invalid choice or something, right? So we forgot echo command here, so let me quickly take care of that. And one more thing about switch case is that we need to include break statements everywhere, right? Because what happens, oh wait, let me show you what happens and then I'll tell you the significance of break, right? That will be much better. So let's go ahead and try this code out now. I have the file open right here. So it says choice 2 as well as choice 3. Now why is it showing both the cases? It did not show choice 1, that is okay, because it is not equal to 1, but my choice is equal to 2, right? So only case 2 should get executed. Well, here's the surprise. In the switch case, what happens is that all the cases after the case which is true are executed, right? So this will execute, if case 2 is true, it will execute case 2, case 3 and the default case, everything till we reach the end of the block, right? So that is why I told we need to include break statements everywhere. Break statement basically what it does is it takes the control out from the switch case, or rather it takes the control out from the innermost block it is in. So since in this case the block is the switch case block, the break command will take the control outside the block, right? So that if case 1 is true, only this code will be executed. If case 2 is true, only this case will be executed, and so on, right? So default, again we can say invalid or whatever, output, input, whatever you want to say, right? And never forget semicolons. That is the worst mistake people make. So now as you can see, we get choice 2, which is or the required output. Now this was the basic syntax of switch case, which is similar to the other programming languages. PHP, as I mentioned earlier many times, is a very free form language, so there are multiple syntaxes available for everything, right? So one another syntax for switch case is this: you can have a colon here, and you can have something called as a end switch command, right? So this is basically removing the braces, I mean the switch without the braces, right? The block is between this end switch and the switch case statement. Whatever is there between these two statements is the body of the switch case. So again, let's check out the output. Now what we'll do is we'll make the condition as say 4, so it should execute the default case, right? So there we go, we get invalid out top whatever, right? So you get the point. So that is what the switch case basically does. It helps us, increase the efficiency of the program when we have more than, a handful of cases. So that is all about the switch case which you guys need to know. So go ahead, try that out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.